Registered Phenomena Code 049. Object Class Omega White. Hazard Types Sapient Hazard. Containment Protocols. RPC-049 is currently permitted to roam various sectors of Site-002, as there is no way to contain it to a single location. In light of RPC-049's inability to harm personnel, Site Director Jacobs, with the approval of the Site-002 Containment and Research Divisions, has issued a notice formally declaring the active containment of RPC-049 to be unnecessary. RPC-049 is to be provided a functioning electronic keycard, with a security level of 2A. The provided keycard is to be registered as Janet E. Newman, Personnel ID Number 002-818-006784, and updated once annually. Personnel assigned to Site-002, with security clearance of Level 3 or higher, are reminded to maintain an elevated level of office cleanliness, document organization, and information security at all times, to avoid or minimize the negative effects of RPC-049. Site-002's administrative staff take no responsibility for lost, missing, or altered documents. Following the events elaborated in on Incident Report 049-01, all documents stored on Site-002 which contain cognitohazardous imagery of any kind are to be fitted with compact wireless accelerometer units, which will alert Site security in the event that the document is moved without prior permission. RPC-049 is to be supervised by remote by no less than 2 personnel with security clearance of Level 2. This can be accomplished with the pre-existing Site security camera array. RPC-049's current location can be located by contacting the Active Supervisor, James Callahan. Duty hours: midnight to 12 p.m. or Roland Joyce. Duty hours: 12 p.m. to midnight. Description: RPC-049 is a projection produced by RPC-040-A of a former Site-002 Human Resources archivist named Janet Newman. Unlike other instances of RPC-040-1, RPC-049 is animate and semi-sapient. It is capable of high-order reasoning and organizational problem-solving, but only when applied to the task of organizing paperwork and documents of all kinds on Site-002. It has also demonstrated basic pathfinding skills, and has adapted its movement patterns to new wings or areas of Site-002 as they have been renovated, removed, or updated. RPC-049 is visually identical to Archivist Newman, save for its absence of color and partial intangibility. See below. RPC-049 does not respond to external stimuli, and cannot be injured or prevented from moving by any anomalous or non-anomalous technology or method currently known to the Authority. RPC-049 is capable of moving through or intersecting any solid object less than 30 cm across, regardless of density, temperature, or the presence of electromagnetic fields, provided those objects are in the linear path of RPC-049's ordinary motion. RPC-049 can walk through walls and doorways, for instance, but must take the stairs or an elevator to move between vertical levels of Site-002. If confronted with an impassable vertical barrier, or trapped in a room, RPC-049 will vanish, and immediately reappear within close proximity, less than 5 meters, to a piece of paperwork or other archival document present anywhere on the interior premises of Site-002. Any attempt to exert an external force on RPC-049 with an object it is not capable of passing through will also result in the vanishing and reappearing elsewhere. RPC-049 is capable of utilizing sorting cards, accessing file catalogs, opening electronically sealed doors with a keycard of its appropriate security level, and operating computers, albeit at a slower pace compared to Archivist Newman's recorded daily performance. All tasks RPC-049 undertakes are done with the goal of filing or archiving documents. On the rare occasions where there have been no documents to file on Site-002, the entity will remain immobile until such a time as a document somewhere within the contents of the site needs to be filed, moved, or updated. An event which has been recorded only twice since the containment of RPC-049. RPC-049 does not appear to require rest or nourishment, and has been observed to work continuously without pause, several weeks at a time, barring minor pauses. See below. RPC-049 does not appear to require light to see, and has been observed filing documents in complete darkness, and, during one test, filing documents printed on asbestos, which were placed in one of Site-002's incinerators while it was active. RPC-049 has been observed to infrequently sit and imitate the action of sleep in the Site-002 archival wing break room, and visit the 6th floor observation deck. Reported by archivist Newman's colleagues as her favorite locale in the building. Site-002 personnel have consistently described RPC-049 as unsettling but helpful, and their repeated requests for assistance from the entity have led to the current state of its containment protocols. RPC-049 has been nominated for the Site-002 Employee of the Month award every month since 1957, often with significant majority votes. A permanent Honorary Employee of the Month plaque has been dedicated to it since 1962. Appendix 1 Discovery Log. During a containment breach, dated January 2, 1957, Archivist Newman unintentionally entered an RPC-040-A test chamber, while that object was in its powered state. Eyewitness reports described her as having been instantly dematerialized. RPC-049 was only discovered during the extended facility sweep, 2 days after the breach, when several researchers witnessed RPC-049 repeatedly attempting to pass its keycard through the Site-002 archive's main door scanner. The facility lockdown automatically sealed the archive room behind a 30.48 cm blast door. Addendum 049-01 Interview Log 049-01 1957. Below is a copy of the original interview between Dr. and Researcher. Interview Log 049-01 1957. Interviewed. Researcher. Interviewer. Dr. Forward. Researcher was the fiancée of the late Janet Newman for 4 years. Begin log. Dr. Please tell me about you and Janet. Researcher. Well, we met during the staff seminar in October 1940. She caught my gaze at the buffet, and at that point I knew we… How would you describe her? As she was then, or as she is now? Either way, she was, still is, a workaholic. Whenever she was lonely, or sad, or upset about something, she would drown her sorrows in the archive. I've never seen someone who could file as fast as Janet could when she was ticked off at me. How do you feel about her condition? Are you asking if I'm beat up about it? No. No, I guess not. She's doing what she loved. Working. Hell, she loved it a damn sight more than she ever loved me, if you want the truth. Let her be. Would you like to meet her? No, I don't think so. For the sake of my peace of mind, as well as hers, probably let her get on with it. Thank you. That would be all. Just make sure the archivist don't throw out the orange couch in their break room. That one was her favorite. End log. Closing statement. I want Researcher to be debriefed immediately. Dr. Addendum RPC-049-02 Incident Report 049-01 At 15:25 on 2018, RPC-049 removed a sensitive file, Clearance Level 5, from Dr. Blank's desk in the Site-002 research wing. Dr. who was returning from the archive wing with personnel who he had assigned to transport the document in question to storage, encountered RPC-049 outside his office. In the ensuing attempt to retrieve the document from RPC-049, 3 members of the Site-049 archival team were killed via exposure to the document's embedded memetic kill agents. Dr. was partially incapacitated after seeing the kill agent in his peripheral vision, but made a full recovery. During the incident, RPC-049 suffered no ill effect from being exposed to a lethal memetic cognito hazard. Dr. has been given an appropriate disciplinary action. This is not considered to be an information leak. Site Director Jacobs. Addendum 049-03 Order from Global Director Architect Blood. Termination Notice. Site Director Jacobs has been reassigned and replaced by Site Director Sullivan. RPC-049 is to be terminated as of 12 o'clock local time. 2000. Regardless of its past service to the Authority, it remains an entity whose existence poses a constant threat to our information security. Global Director Architect Blood.